So the number one question was, why now? And also, why did it take you so long? Because I have spent the better part of the last 10 years actively studying Disneyland, studying its design, its storytelling, and its emotional impact. And Universal, it just always felt like the other park. But obviously, something changed, and I finally went for the first time ever. And what I found there, through the eyes of a well-trained Disney fan, it actually quite surprised me. Universal had been on my list of things I wanted to do for quite some time, but I just never really prioritized it, never found the time, but all of a sudden it felt like the right moment to do it. And yes, I had a gentle nudge from one of my friends, but the gears had already been kind of rolling in the back of my head that it was time to kind of expand my theme park world and check out something a little bit different. And reading the comments from yesterday's video, it was exciting to see how many of you were all in on me going and experimenting and figuring this out. Like, I know a lot of people for a long time have been very frustrated that I wouldn't go. And honestly, I think waiting to go completely changed the entire experience for me in a very positive way. Let me explain. The very first time I went to Magic Kingdom, I had already walked through Disneyland about 750 times. So as I walked through Magic Kingdom, I completely understood why they did all the things around me, why Main Street was wider, why they increased the scale, why the hub was expanded. I could walk past every little item and go, oh, I know why that decision was made. It was a very unique experience of walking through that park for the first time with a similar knowledge base as the people that actually designed it. And yesterday, again, I found myself having a very similar sort of reaction of, okay, this isn't a poorly designed park. This is a park that is full of problem solving. And because I now know what I know, and I've spent all this time studying the past, trying to better predict the future, I could walk through there and easily go, oh wow, this is actually quite brilliant, an amazing use of space, and so much very, very crafty problem solving. They were forced to do a lot of different things because of building a theme park on the side of a small mountain, forced them to make lots of different decisions. So as I walked around, I was like, oh, I understand that this is a forced perspective in a way that you would probably never do this if you just had a large flat plot of land. Because it is such a small plot of land, the theming was completely interesting to me. How tight all the seams had to be, how one thing bleeds into another. And after I'd walked around for a while, I'm like, there's not that many lands here. It's not physically that big, but it feels very adventurous. It is absolutely a completely different park, but it was forced to be a different park, and it's not trying to be anything other than what it is. And I found that to be refreshing. I found it to be kind of like a locals park, a charming park, and I often forgot, well, we are in Hollywood. This is a destination that people come to from all around the country and the world, and all of this entertainment is made right here in this neighborhood. But it also just felt like a very well-designed regional park. And that I wasn't expecting, because I know many of you have been there, your whole life, and you grew up in that park. It was part of your vacation rituals or your rituals of being a local of Los Angeles. For me to go through and kind of catch it all for the first time and to see that that resonated with people that clearly know way more than I do, or at least more familiar with it than I am, that part was awesome. So once again, I have such an amazing community of friends here. I'm always thankful when you guys go along with me. And big reason why I wanted to go there was to take you on this adventure with me. And the comments just totally said, yep, that was the right decision to do because they're with me. Monday's video I put up, mindset is super crucial, because I went into this experience mindset-wise being neutral. Just like when I went to Walt Disney World for the first time, I didn't go there to constantly compare it to Disneyland. I didn't go to Universal to constantly compare it to Disneyland. I wanted to treat it as its own thing and compare it against itself and obviously to use my knowledge, try to understand what they were doing, but I didn't want to go there and bash it or completely beat it over the head that it's not like the other park. Springfield is not designed like anything you'd ever see in a Disney park. And that's okay, because it has a completely unique position to where it's a breezeway land. It has the Witch Boy on one side. It has, I guess, off the top of my head, maybe that's where you go to do the tour on the other end. So like Avengers Hallway, you have to kind of walk straight through it. So a very interesting way to build Springfield. And it already got me thinking about, were there other ways to do it? But then there's also the tram tour, which is crazy, an hour-long theme park ride. And as Adam explained to me, and many of you explained to me in the comments, every time you do it, it's different because of what's happening in all the active locations where they're filming. So, you know, I got lucky and got to go up Wisteria Lane, which I had no idea. I got some beginner's luck. Really, with the designer's mindset, the part that was the most curious to me was just how compact it is and existing on different planes. I had seen other people's videos. I had an idea of it being built on a hill, but getting there and experiencing it firsthand, it gave me a whole other appreciation. Quite honestly, made me very excited instantly that I had decided to go from a $150 daily pass to a $300 annual pass. Because I'm like, I feel like I could come here once a month and really have a good time doing something different, looking at something new, and just breaking down like the why of Universal and what can we learn from there to other projects that we'll see, both at Universal parks, Disney parks, and other parks. I guess I accidentally started out as a Disneyland fan and then became a theme park fan. But as always with this channel, it was exciting for me to live it and to experience some of the little smaller surprises of the park, but then to see you comment and react on them. Like, we were kind of doing it together, even though we did it very much apart. I love that. This is the moment though where I have to kind of over-explain things. And people that'll get it will be like, Brickey, you don't owe anyone an explanation. Yeah, I do. Let me explain. Because with YouTube, you do one little pivot and then people just make wild assumptions. Oh, it's a Universal channel now. He's given up on Disney. I haven't switched teams. Not at all. This was a momentary break. It'll continue to be a little something different we do, but I'm just broadening my horizons and trying to take my friends there with me. But yeah, not all Team Universal all the time, and I'm sure there's somebody who already thinks that. People jump to wild conclusions and then that somehow becomes the law. And so yes, Disneyland is my home park, will forever be my home park, but a monthly trip to Universal sounds like a fun and exciting quest. And I found myself last night when I was going to bed, kind of re-walking through it, trying to remember where everything was at, and already getting excited about future things that I want to film there. It just opened up a whole new bucket of possibilities. Yeah, I'm not going to go there and rag on it. I'm going to be positive, and when I do say that something's bad, it will always be followed with the why. I will never walk into something and be like, that right there, that sucks. If something does suck, I'll say, that I'm not a fan of. Let me explain to you why I'm not a fan of it, and let me offer an alternative suggestion how maybe this could have been done in a more efficient way. Like, my brain already sees a way where Springfield could have been designed very different with all those same elements and not have been a complete breezeway. Just a little shifting of the pieces and the parts, and they could have come up with something entirely different that have felt way more immersive. But I'm not going to say what they did sucked, because they worked hard on it. I just happened to instantly see like, there was a different play here that maybe was too much effort, too much money, or maybe nobody thought of it. I find the comparison wars, the battle, my team versus your team, I find that stuff just to be very, very boring, very low-hanging fruit, and just not what I want to do with my channel or my time. I want to experience as many things as possible. I want to fall in love with as many things as possible, and I want to always broaden my scope of design and what it means to me and how places are designed and how those places make people feel. And Universal made me feel like I was having a good time, although it never felt like the magic. The magic is uniquely Disney, but I didn't go there looking for it. I went there looking for something different, for a little bit of escape, for a fun new conquest, and that's what I found. So now let's talk about how Universal and becoming an annual pass holder fits into the overall idea of this channel, and also funds. Because if you watched my video where I showed you exactly how much money I made in the first month, and I promised you the month before that I would divide half of my ad revenue and always spend it on my audience, going to Universal, investing over $300 in an annual pass is 100% that promise that I made to each of you. We'll be going there once a month. I already have a long list of different video ideas, so it'll just be the kind of way where you're like, you know what? I enjoy watching the channel, I enjoy being a part of the community, and this dude is out there working, trying to do different things, show me different things, and I get to learn along with new things and new experiences as he does. That's been my commitment from day one here. This has always been about taking creative chances. I do Hey Brickey the way YouTube wants me to do it. I do this channel the way that I want to do it. It's all about having fun and taking my friends with me. So this was 100% what you should expect more of as the channel grows, and I keep reinvesting the funds back into the channel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's two videos you need to see. The one where I say I'm giving you half my money, and the second one is how much money I made my first month at YouTube. And next week will be the episode where I show you how much money I made my second month. And things are going well, and I'm very appreciative. Not becoming a Universal channel, just becoming a better student of theme parks and trying to find new and exciting places to take my friends along with me and to get to learn about some of the things that you probably already know a lot about, and maybe if I'm lucky, teach you a new thing or two about something that you already love. And from the amount of people that said, yes, please do a deep dive on Harry Potter, AKA Little Witch Boy, or Super Nintendo World, those videos are definitely gonna come because I know that my friends wanna see it. And I also really wanna break down Springfield, and I wanna break down the weird little like non-IP area, like the main neighborhood. Like, I'm just fascinated by all of that stuff. This channel only works when I work for you. So by all means, please let me know if there's any other Universal topics that you would like for me to dive into, because I love hearing what you're interested in, and when that aligns with me, then we've got some content gold. There's a little thing though that is kind of the cornerstone of not only this channel, but my life. It comes from my history of being a punk rocker and growing up in the punk rock hardcore world. It's a little thing I have tattooed on my arm called PMA, and that stands for Positive Mental Attitude. And part of exhibiting a PMA is keeping an open mind. And my promise to you is, wherever I go, whatever I do, I will always keep an open mind. Never toxic positivity, never toxic negativity. I'll always give it to you straight. And I like going to new places and sharing with you new opinions that I don't even know yet, because I have to go there and experience them before I know what they are. And so even though in my heart, I could probably tell you that I believe Disneyland is one of the best designed theme parks in the world, but how do I know that until I go to every other theme park in the world? And also lots of other like cultural crossroads. Like, theme park design and Disneyland are the same thing, but it also goes so further into like urban design, city design. So gotta get out there and see more before you can actually claim that it's the best. I feel like it is, but I feel like I want to see as many other options and proofs of concept as possible. And so when I went there with an open mind and an open heart, just be like, it is what it is, and I'm going to judge it as that. I'll be honest with you, I kind of felt like a real shithead for all the times that I had ragged on this place, even though I had never been there. It far surpassed what my worst stereotype of it was. And like I said in my video, yeah, some things were kind of like, but why did the effort stop there? Like, some things did very much fall short of the attention to detail that I love and I expect and I'm accustomed to. But more times than not, I was blown away at the extra attention to detail and how much it had beaten my expectations. So that was also a very pleasant surprise. So the reason I can absolutely promise to you, I'm not going to slide into a Disney versus Universal epic war or battle, this side versus that side, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to figure out who's the best team and who's going to win the theme park race. I'm here to figure out what's best for me and what's best for you. Where does the consumer win? Where's the best product? Where's the best design? Where's the best experience? And if sometimes that happens to be outside of the walls of Disney, I'll always let you know. Because like yesterday, Little Witch Boy Land was very, very impressive. I'm so excited to go back to that and look at it for a second time after I've had a little bit of moment to percolate on it. So yeah, it's never going to be over here, this or that. It's going to be what more can we find? What more can we explore? I think that's the healthier approach. And I feel like if you're with me, you're probably in a very, very similar boat because everybody over here very much feels like friends. And those that don't feel like friends, they don't seem to last very long. To oversimplify why now was the time, why not? We're over here, we're going daily, we're building a community, we're having a good time, we're enjoying theme park design and kind of, escapism in very weird times. So why not broaden our horizon? Why not go someplace else? And my commitment to you was I would always reinvest in the new opportunities and new things for us to get into. And this exemplifies exactly that promise that I made to you. So friend, I hope you had a good time with yesterday's video. I was so touched by all the positive comments and everybody rooting me on that I just wanted to jump in and do another video just to kind of let everybody know why I decided to go, what I got from that experience, and when we're going back and what the plan is. Maybe I over-explain sometimes, but I believe in transparency, and I believe on the more you tell your audience, the more they know what's happening and what's going on, and the more you can have clear expectations of what's happening on the channel and what to expect every time you see Brickey Vlog just dropped a new video. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's been a very long day and I can't wait to go home and go to bed. But first, I wanted to check in with my buds and keep the streak alive. So standing in orange circle, this time wearing my sunglasses, so A, you can't see my robot eye, and B, I can keep an eye on my perimeters without you noticing that I'm staring everywhere but you. I hope you had fun doing this walk and talk, and I'll see you back here tomorrow when we do our live stream. And I got a couple of packages that showed up from Walt Disney World, so we're going to be doing a little unboxing when we're together live. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Goodbye.